Hey guys, so here's a video on how to cover dark blemishes for oily to normal skin. This is a hormonal breakout, so it's pretty bad. Fix Plus Spray actually only takes about 10 seconds to dry, so not very long. Very matte foundation, good for oily skin. Lots of coverage. The more dense the brush is, the more coverage that you're gonna get out of it. So it is there so that you can use it to buff it into your skin, making your skin look a little more flawless, kind of like a photo finish. You don't want to put this all over your face because this foundation is actually a little bit more on the dewy side. So if you put it on all over, it's probably not the best for oily skin. So just put it on blemishes that you really want and need to cover. Blend it in. Now this foundation is really matte, so it's really good to just apply on the T-zone. That's where people usually get the most oily. It has really great coverage, but sometimes you need a little extra coverage. That's the only reason why I have the two different foundations. The Beauty Blender is one of the best tools for foundation. I absolutely love it. It leaves no streaks whatsoever. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the Beauty Blender brand. Just make sure you get something good, not too plasticky, and try to wet it first, squeeze all the water out, and then use it on top of your foundation. It'll really melt it really nicely into the skin, making it look more like just your natural skin. I like to use a dual fiber brush. It really helps to blend in your makeup into your skin. I didn't put any product on it, just dry. Oh, I love this concealer. It's so cheap too. This color is called Pale. It's, I think, the lightest one they have. You don't want to put too much. A little bit goes a long way. And the more product you add, the more that it tends to sit within the line. So you really want to just use a dab. Not a dab, but, just one dip. Blend it in. Make sure you use that top pointed part of the sponge to really blend into small areas. Get under the eye. Get that inner corner, because sometimes people forget that inner corner. It's neglected sometimes, and then it looks a little funky. And make sure you blend it into the bottom foundation, the one that we originally used for the most coverage. It'll blend in that line of demarcation, so it'll just kind of fade into it. And then I like to just use the brush and blend it in on top of my eyebrow, because sometimes people forget that space right above the brow also. Blend in that nose part too, so it's not such a blunt line. Airspun. This is an old product. It kind of smells a little funky, but honestly, it will make your skin so matte. I like to add a little extra in my T-zone. And it's really cheap. It's like $4 at like Rite Aid. This is the Studio Fix foundation powder. So this also has a lot of coverage in itself. That's why I kind of like to use a nice loose fluffy brush. It's not too much of it's not too dense. So it just kind of spreads that powder evenly across the face, not giving you too heavy of a look of makeup. The denser the brush, the more coverage. So the looser it is, a little bit more of a fine spread you'll get on that. This bronzer smells like chocolate. Oh, it's so nice. I like to use this to contour with because it has more of a natural tone. It's not very orangey like some other bronzers. And it's extremely matte, which I love. And it doesn't get chalky. I realize that some bronzers can tend to get a little chalky or muddy. I hate that look. And I use the same brush. You don't have to use a million brushes. Just clean it before your next application. I use this nice fluffy 224 brush from MAC. It's meant for your crease, to blend in your crease, but hey, it's for blending, so I like to use this. It's working it in a small space. And back again with the loose brush just to kind of blend it in. Oh, this highlight is so nice. This is actually, I forgot to put the name of it. It's called Double Gleam. Do it on the belly of the brush. And just very lightly dust it on. If you have a larger nose, you don't want to put too much on the tip because it does create that look of a bigger nose. And that's the finishing touch, guys. I hope it was fast and easy. Love ya.